Leonard live at the Woody Hayes Athletic Facility. We learned today what everyone wanted to know. Julian Sayin is the starter at Ohio State. Lincoln put up a nice battle. They did say that there was going to be some opportunity for Kienholz to get in there. He thought, we have two guys that could go in, so he feels confident that there will be a long season ahead and Kienholz will get his opportunity. But Sayin is the guy, and we heard from everyone, it was how he made decisions. He made decisions quickly. He was able to get the ball, and Dave even said, like that. He snapped those fingers and said he can make that decision when he needs to, when guys are rushing in on him. He has the ability to read defenses. We heard from Matt Patricia that he was able to read the defenses a little bit better. That's one of the things he saw, which is interesting to get that from his perspective, being in the NFL, being an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator and a head coach, and now back as defensive coordinator. Heartline also said much of the same. It's more about consistency, and they all reiterated it's over really a long term. It wasn't just now, but Day kind of had that, last week he kind of had that opportunity where he separated himself and made those decisions a little quicker. Making those routine plays routinely was also mentioned in there, and turnover battle. So it sounds like he's been pretty consistent all along and just been a little bit sharper, but Kienholz is definitely someone he has plenty of confidence in if he has to go in the game, which he probably will during the season, as Day put it. Next thing we learned, Day did not want to give up the 5 starters, but he does believe there are 5 starters on the offensive line. Finally, when pressed further, we learned one thing about Day. Maybe he'll give us some more information if we press him a little bit further. And he told us that Austin Sareveld was, in fact, the left tackle. That leads me to believe that we have some guys rotating in that may be able to earn it in this next week, but they're pretty sure that it's set the way it is. They just didn't want to announce it yet. I'm of the mind that Ethan Onyanwa is good enough to be a starter, but that Philip Daniels separated himself and he will be the right tackle. Just my opinion, but we'll see as the week progresses and maybe we'll get a little bit more information on that. In fact, it is awesome that we have such a big, deep offensive line room that we can go anyway, and we have those guys that are rotating in, the 6th and 7th guys that are going to be just as good as a starter and maybe even better if they get the chance to get in. But time will only tell. Last season, obviously, we saw that depth was much needed. Now we got 2 quarterbacks. Now we got extra linemen in there to go in. We didn't get a good feel of who's going to be the starting running back because Day wasn't willing to admit it yet. Also, in the safety room, we have not been able to see if there's a separator. Obviously, Caleb Downs is the man. He can line up anywhere. But Matt Patricia did say that Caleb Downs, he just has that communication approach. He can line up anywhere like a coach on the field. It made me kind of think that he's going to line up anywhere on the field, but maybe play in a different position. So they're going to try to confuse you by him lining up on the left side, on the right side, closer or deeper. But once that ball snapped, he's going to go into the position he needs to be in to be able to make the plays. They did say he likes to keep him closer to the ball if possible. The closer he gets to the ball, the more plays he can make because he's just an outstanding defender. That's why he's a captain. We talked about the block O too. What difference Sonny has made in this defense, how much room he can take up. Matt Patricia talked about, he said it's fun to have guys like him and Arvell Reese out there because they can just take up so much room. The space that they can eat up is amazing. These are big guys at linebacker, and it's going to be awesome to see what they do. Obviously, the defense has taken a lot of hits. They got a lot of new starters. Kenyatta Jackson out there, he spoke about his work ethic, about how younger guys can kind of emulate him based on his work ethic. There's been a lot of good stuff to come out of these interviews. This team is positive, the coaches are positive, and they all are ready for this Texas game coming up on August 30th. We just got a little bit interrupted because someone left their computer bag in the team meeting room, and the team is about to come in there, so we had to be out here. So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't my bag. So it wasn't my bag. Not too worried about it, but the Buckeyes are ready. They're on track. The defense is ready. The offense is ready. I'm pretty sure they got all the starters. They're just not willing to name them all yet. So we learned a lot today. Hey, we got the starter. We know who's going to be back there as the signal caller. It's going to be Julian Sayin, and he's going to get the ball to, obviously, Jeremiah Smith as often as he can. I'm counting it down. I want 12 targets every game, so follow me on X. If you want to see that countdown, I'm going to count down every single target that he gets, and we'll keep track of it all season long. Follow us, Buckeye Backer.